Hey folks, Bad Hair Balt here, and in this video review for this guy, the microphone was turned away from me for a good chunk of the review, and I just didn't notice it, because as I was reaching over to actually do stuff with him, I moved it. It's on this little gimbal that can move as it's plugged into the camera. I just didn't notice. That's why it sounds like in the video I'm somewhere off, not in front of the microphone. Nothing's wrong, I'm just trying to figure out my new normal thanks to this new stupid little camera and the new microphone. So, and by new, I mean I've had it for a while as opposed because this stupid thing finally died on me. Bear with me, won't you? Hello everyone, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Earthrise Decepticon RUNABOUT. Runabout. Pick this up over at Target.com. It just showed up today. And yeah, let's open them up and take a look. Now these two idiots are virtually identical. In the molding. They are a little bit different with some of the plastics used, but I'll get into that in a minute. The only other difference is that Runabout comes with two red guns that can peg into each other. Like that, or like that. Both guns are painted really well, and this is some really thick red paint on here. Now this one, with the little scope on the top, is the same one that comes with RUNABOUT. They are exactly the same piece. They even have the same weird off-axis hexagon bit in the back there, which is just odd. So Runabout can dual-wield some mighty, mighty little guns. Pew, 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 pew. Runabout's posability is exactly the same as RUNABOUT. Head is all in ball joint, however mine, the ball joint is so dang tight. Like, it is tight to the point where I think I'm going to break it. Swivel in the shoulder and a hinge, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, fists do not articulate, torso articulation for the transformation, legs can kick plenty forward, plenty back, and plenty out. There is a thigh swivel, bend at the knees over 90 degrees, and some toe articulation, forward and back, and just a little bit side to side. So you can pull off some decent poses. Of course, I am terrible at posing figures. Now, I mentioned that the paint is different on both of these figures, but what is also different is the type of plastic used specifically for the translucent pieces. On RUNABOUT, we've got kind of blackish plastic that works fine, but on Runabout, look at all the red, the back pylons and in the roof, and I'm pretty sure that the mix is exactly the same, but the red just pops on this figure because, I mean, the rest of the figure's black, and I'm really partial to this black and red Decepticon. Not saying that there's anything wrong with RUNABOUT. Well, okay, there's a lot wrong with both of these guys, but that's in the fiction, not the figures. Let's face it, these two are idiots. Transformation is exactly the same, and I know I'm going to mess it up because I haven't transformed either of these figures in a few weeks or either of these molds in a little while. So just bear with me because I might screw this up a bit. I hope not, but it has been a few weeks. I still think this is a pretty elegant transformation. Once you get everything down and figure out the little intricacies, which there aren't that much, but I'm really partial to both of these figures and this transformation. It's a fun transformation, and the vehicle modes you end up with are pretty darn cool. I cannot argue with what we've ended up with. I love both of these vehicle modes, but I'm more partial to Runabout just being a sleek black car with these red trimmings and red windows. Looks so nice. They even painted the wheels. Unfortunately, I'm not like the lazy eyebrow, and I do not care if there are calipers inside the wheels. Just a shout out to the lazy eyebrow. I think his videos are really good. You should check it out. You should check him out here on YouTube if you have a chance. I like both of these. I mean, let's face it. Who thought in 2020 that we would end up with fantastic figures for Runabout and RUNAMOUT? Really, the only complaint of the vehicle modes that I can even stem to think about is there's really no good place to put the guns in vehicle mode. Yeah, you've got the one siege port on top, but it would be really nice if you could have fit it or hidden it somewhere underneath the vehicle mode. Not the biggest deal in the world, actually, but I think we also need to give the developer or designers of the toys credit, because, I mean, look, you'd be hard-pressed to find or figure out that there's a robot mode under here. There's no telltale head. There's no telltale signs other than the fact that, yeah, it's supposed to turn into a robot. One thing I love about that siege port on the top is that you can turn both figures into knockoff weaponizers. As long as the figure is strong enough to actually hold them up, yeah, you can totally dual wield a couple of idiots. Runabout is excellent and totally worth having in your collection. If you are a fan of Earthrise and or Siege, I recommend picking this one up. Now, I picked this up over at Target.com, and I got lucky because I just checked Target randomly and found that, hey, they have it available for order, so I went ahead and picked it up. At the time of this video's recording, Thrust is still not available. Heck, I mean, I can't even find it in the search bar. If I search for Transformers Thrust or Earthrise Thrust, nothing comes up. So I guess the scalpers or the bots got him good. So yeah, if you find a Thrust, and let me know if you do, I'll buy it off you or something if I can't find it myself. So, as I said, totally worth picking up. Runabout and Runamuck are contenders for my figures of the year. I like them that much. Yeah. So, folks, let me know what you think of this guy down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.